Welcome back into Wake Up America. I'm Rob Finnerty. The opening ceremonies for the Beijing Olympics happened this Friday with a full U.S. diplomatic boycott in effect right now, but we're still sending our athletes. In fact, they're already there. For more, let's welcome in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, good morning. Great to have you on again.
Yes.
Senator, we've heard the comparisons made to Berlin in 1936. Is the Biden administration and NBC News, who is once again broadcasting the games, putting up a smokescreen to hide COVID origins, to hide the atrocities happening to the Uyghur Muslims, and what is really a brutal Chinese dictatorship?
Oh, indeed they are. You know, we know that the Chinese Communist Party is not that interested in Biden's response to a diplomatic boycott of the Olympics. All they're wanting are the TV cameras and the corporate sponsorships to be there so that they can showcase Beijing. We know that there are some people, it is reported, that have been put under arrest, and they're not going to be able to protest. There has been a censorship purification project of the internet. All stories are going to have to be approved by the Chinese Communist Party. This is every bit part of their propaganda. We're fully aware of that. And, you know, Rob, you've heard me say time and again over the past year, we should have had the USA Freedom Games so that our athletes would not have been deprived of the opportunity to compete.
Yeah, or just do what they did with Tokyo. They canceled the Tokyo Games because of COVID and rescheduled them. Why not do that? Why not do that with Beijing? And you're right. You were the first guest I had on this program to talk about possibly boycotting these Beijing Games. I want to know what you make of NBC News broadcasting the games, clearly putting profit over principle and turning a blind eye to genocide.
And they are more interested in the profit. They are going to say, as their reasoning and justification, that this is so that the athletes are showcased. We know that what they're looking at is the profit side of this. They're looking at global broadcast rights. And because of that, they are willing to kowtow to the Chinese Communist Party and do as they wish, showcasing Beijing in the manner that they wish. I just think it is very disappointing that NBC News would make that, or NBC Sports would make that determination and would allow the Chinese Communist Party to dictate what they're going to broadcast and showcase from these Olympics.
Mike Pompeo calls them the genocide games. China has refused to work with anybody from the U.S. or the WHO when it comes to COVID origins. We'll have right around 900,000 dead Americans when the opening ceremonies happen on Friday. I'm wondering if when these games wrap up, February 20th, is that when we see Russia invade Ukraine?
You know, we have looked at this, and of course, last November, I sent a letter over to the White House and said, let's be prepared on this. Now is the time for sanctions. It's the time to begin sales of lethal assistance to Ukraine. It is the time to have a coordinated diplomatic message. What we do know, the reason for this is in 2008, during the Beijing Games, that is when Russia went into Georgia. It is in 2014, during the Games, they went into Crimea. We are very watchful. We know that they continue to amass their arms and their troops right there on the Ukraine border. It is disappointing that the Biden administration has been really quite lackluster in their response.
Senator, about 15 seconds. Why haven't we imposed this mother of all sanctions package already? Why haven't we been proactive with something like that?
No idea. No idea. And it is frustrating. It's so interesting to me. In Tennessee this past weekend, as I was out and about and holding meetings with some of our county mayors, two of my counties, the very first thing they said as I walked in the room, tell us about Russia and Ukraine.
Wow.
And I heard it every single meeting, Rob. People are very disturbed about what this means for the future of Europe. They're concerned about getting back the band, Putin getting back the band, if you will, and rebuilding the old Soviet empire.
All right, Senator Marsha Blackburn, some good news for your constituents. Today's February 1st. We are 280 days from the midterm elections as of today. Senator Blackburn, great to see you again. As always, don't be a stranger. Thanks so much. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.